first-time home buyers. Can you answer what is considered a first-time home buyer? A lot of people ask that question. What is considered a first-time home buyer? And I
So,
know you can answer that in your sleep.
yes. So the official rule for first-time home buyer is any client who has not owned a primary residence within the last 3 years. It gets explained a lot wrong where they say, hey, you cannot have owned a home in the last 3 years. The key is it's a primary home. So
Mm-hmm.
you could essentially have properties, you can have rental properties and still qualify for the first time home buyer
Mm-hmm.
program if you haven't lived in any of those rental properties within the last 3 years. So it again, the rule is very straightforward. Anyone who has not owned a primary residence within the last 3 years, they are considered first time home buyers and can take advantage of first time home buyer programs.
Okay. So if you're an investor and you've been investing in homes, you haven't lived in the home, you still are considered a first-time home buyer.
Correct. As long as you have not lived. So if you own homes, but none of those homes have been your primary residence over the last 3 years, you're good to go. So let's give an example. Okay, so let's just say somebody was living down here with me in Jacksonville, Florida, right? And they moved up to near you in Chesapeake, and they moved up to you, um, and decided, hey, when I go from Jacksonville to Virginia, I'm not sure if I want to stay there. So I'm going to keep my house in Florida and I'm going to rent it out. And then I'm going to rent a house in Chesapeake and see if I like it. Right. So once they've been in Virginia for 3 years, renting, deciding whether they're going to stay, they still have the home in Florida that they've made a rental property because they're saying, hey, I may go back. The moment that they've been in Virginia for 3 years renting and have not lived in that home in Florida as their primary residence, they're considered first-time home buyers again.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a
now
great
they can
example.
potentially get down payment assistance,
Mm-hmm.
still keep the home in Florida and keep it as a rental, but now get some assistance in buying the home in Virginia. And that can work. Plug in whatever state you want to plug in.
Mm-hmm.